why is customer experience so important? I mean, I think there's a number of reasons why customer experience is becoming increasingly important. I think that if we look at the competitive environment across industries, I think there's an increasing number of new entrants to the market, people expanding their business. So I think the level of competition between businesses is going up. But I think that's compounded by two things on the customer side of the equation. And the first one is that customers have a huge amount of choice right now, and that's being powered by the internet and comparison shopping and showrooming and all sorts of other sort of phenomena. But the other thing that adds to that mix is that we've come through a difficult economic time, and we're still not out of it, and therefore customers are becoming very, very discerning about where they spend their money, and so therefore they're being very careful about choosing who to do business with. But I think then that's the reason then experience becomes more important, is because you're having ever-increasing competition within industry. Therefore, the differences between products and services are diminishing, and therefore the things that we remember and the things that make businesses stand out is the sort of the service that they deliver or the experience that they provide, and that is really important for us as people, as human beings, because actually that's the sort of stuff that we remember. There's an American writer by the name of Angelou who sums it up perfectly in a quote when she says, "People will seldom remember what you did or what you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel." And if we take that to heart, then that's why service and customer experience is becoming increasingly important in today's environment. Improving the customer experience. I mean, a lot of people ask me where they should start and what can be done to improve it. And there's all sorts of different things. I mean, it could be as simple as you give your people better training. You might review the current processes or systems that you've got in place in your business, or you might invest in new software or new technology or new channels to market or whatever it might be. And there's a lot of people out there that are positioning themselves as customer experience management experts, and whether consultancies or software or technology vendors or whatever. And that's fine, and many of them are, and provide really, really good solutions. However, what I would say to people is don't rush into it, because it's a bit like taking a spanner out of a toolbox without actually having any idea what the problem is first. And so what I would say where people should start is they should start by spending more time with their customers, getting to understand them a bit more, observing them, asking them questions, understanding what they like, what they don't like, where they think the gaps are, not where you think the gaps are, where they think the gaps are. Because if you do that, you'll get a better understanding of their perspective, their experience, and an outside-in look at your business. The other point I would add is don't subcontract that job out to somebody else, because it becomes like Chinese whispers. You want to get that experience yourself. You want to experience what it's like to be a customer, to live in their world and be in their shoes. Because only when you do that do you get the proper feeling what it's like to be a customer. And when you do that, that's a great place to start, and that'll get you started on your customer experience journey. So you've done all the work. You've gone to the big customer immersion exercise. You understand your business sort of outside in. I have a lot of people come and ask me, clients and things that say, we've done that. We've spent all this time out in the field. We've asked lots of questions. We've walked in other people's shoes. Now what? And I say, okay, that's fine. That's great, because that's all data. That's all input. I said the best next thing to do is to go through what I call a customer journey mapping exercise. And that's generally, you can do that in a sort of workshop type of format, and you get a whole bunch of your team, different parts of your business together. And you take that data and you start mapping it against the sort of the different things that the customer goes through their experience with you. And once you've done that, then you map what you deliver onto that. So that's from an inside-out perspective. And then by doing so, then you can step back and take a holistic view of it, and you can go, there's gaps there, there's gaps there, there's gaps there, and there's gaps there. And that gives you a clear idea of what you're currently doing and where there are gaps between what you're currently doing and what the customer expects, or where they're having a poor or a not a great experience. What it also gives you is a really great base and a foundation from where to start from, because then you can start thinking about, well, actually, I'm going to how do I develop that on? Because the way I look at it is, there's no point trying to put more, if you like, water in your bucket if you haven't fixed the leaks, if you know what I mean. So actually, what I'm saying is that to start with, you've got to do a bit of a remedial exercise of where you currently are before you can start thinking about building and planning for the future. That's where I would say you should start.